What you find out about your team out there today in this environment?
I mean, that's a great crowd. I mean, I was impressed just to be here in front of that type of environment. I mean, we played some hard games already, but when you add that crowd to it, it's impressive. You know, very impressive. Coach Fisher does a great job with his program and his players play so hard and compete so hard. So we knew it was a game potentially could have been in the 50s. And are we willing to play that type of game, or are we tough enough to do that? And our guys stepped up. I mean, they really did. We had some hard practices after Purdue and played together at both ends of the floor. Defensively, I thought Jethro was a presence around the basket, and he's made some progress in that game. I thought Obi, the way he responded to not starting in this game. And stepping up and being physical and making shots and rebounding, and I mean, you could pretty much go down the line with how we executed. I mean, we played a 40-minute game, and the first half was we don't usually turn the ball over that way. If you want to look at anything that's negative, it was that we were a little bit uncharacteristic in that department. We got guards that usually make good plays, but. Outside of that, there's really nothing that we're not happy about. Hopefully, it's a turning point for us. Hopefully, we found something that we need to move forward with the rest of the year.
Does this remind you of UNLV last year at all? Just be able to come back after the half of the road.
Yeah, I mean, to this point, we had, I think, last year we had a couple of other good wins under our belt, but it did in terms of us struggling on offense in the first half and then really locking down. On defense in the second half, but even more so, I think we defended for both halves, regardless of how we played offense. In the first half, we kept ourselves in the game, even though we weren't, very efficient at that end. And then, right out of the gate, Shannon hit one, and Cody hit one, and we had Trey, and so we had a couple guys, make some shots early in the second half that helped.
Coach, SCSU pulled within 6, and then Obi hit a pretty big 3 to make it 9 again.
Yep.
What can you say about that shot and kind of the backbone of your team and holding off the run with the crowd, like you mentioned?
It was really probably the shot of the game, because the crowd was getting back into it, the momentum was shifting, and Cody turned the corner and made a great pass and saw the floor, and Obi stepped into the shot with confidence, and really admire him, how he's handled this week and the early stages of the season, because I know he's a much better shooter than his numbers suggest, and I'm proud of him that he stepped into that shot with confidence and made it. It might have been deflating for them, and it was a really positive play for us.
What was your intent to bring Obi off the bench to take him out of the starting lineup?
Well, it's not necessarily Obi. It could have been, a number of guys that call was made for. But I just felt like we needed to shake something up, and so we changed that with Obi, and he's a senior, and he's one of our leaders, and just some of the losses, we just needed, to win with a little more honor, a little more dignity, and even though we're playing really good basketball teams, and so that wasn't the reason that we played the way we did. It was how we practiced and how I think we came together as a group and played unselfishly. And you don't know how a player like Obi would respond to not starting, but he did it the right way, and he played like a winner tonight, and I'm not sure he's going to be on the bench too often. I mean, he played starter minutes even though he didn't start.
When Jethro is not fouling, in position, changing shots, what does that do? How does that change your defense?
Well, it gives us the ability to not have to double team as much in the post. Well, we let Jethro play single with their guys in the post, and he stood up to that challenge. And then also, if there is a breakdown in your defense, it's nice to have a guy that can clean up some mistakes and alter shots, and consequently that helps our field goal percentage defense. And he's just getting more confidence, and he's feeling more comfortable out there. I'm excited about what I saw to Jethro today.
What can you say about Shannon's performance tonight? He was so consistent for you.
Well, Shannon's been a winner for me and a clutch player for me, and we were at a gut check point of the season for us early, just because of the difficulty of our schedule and our competition, and we knew this was like an all-in game for us and for San Diego State. We knew, how much this would mean to them based on a couple of close losses they've had. So, and he stepped up for that. He made some big shots, played good defense and had the fire and led our team.
It took a
You
lot
guys
to
complain? I mean, was the court a little? Yeah, guys just kind of slipping and falling. I mean, is there anything to that, or is it just?
My take on that is like they could have fallen as easy as we could have. It's hard to, I don't know why, that happened twice, but it was, unfortunate for us. But I don't know whose fault that is.
Early in this season, you've talked about kind of some of the offensive inefficiencies affecting your team's defensive effort. How do you feel they responded in that area, especially in the first half when it was kind of tight there?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't shoot well. We had some open ones that the guys didn't make, and again, we held them to 32 points in the first half, which was kept us in the game. We stayed within striking distance, shooting in the 30s, and also turning it over 13 times, and then our offense came around and came to life early in the second half, and that ignited us even more to play harder at that end of the floor, and so it was great to see.
Guys, good.
Thanks, guys.